Hello everyone, welcome back to It Is Ticking. So today I'm going to solve chapter 3, Capacitor. Let's go over the first stage. Okay, as you can see here, there's a component that looks like a battery, but it has a little, small square on it, and it is a capacitor. Store energy and provide output until it is depleted. No input and no charge will result in nothing. Input received will charge the capacitors, and the capacitor will continue to produce electricity. Okay, so if we turn this off, as you can see, the charge is losing, and once the charge is depleted, it will stop producing energies. There we go, the bomb has been disarmed. Let's go to the next missions. Okay, let's see what we can do in this mission. As you can see, we have one capacitor, two capacitors, a SAW gate. Oh, we have to turn these things around, we don't want anything to come into here. So we're gonna turn this thing on to see what happens. Okay, so we have this. Okay, the electricity connected to this one, and the B gate has already turned on, so we want this gate to turn on too. So the reason why the SAW gate is not activating is because of this, so we need to stop sending electricity into it, and it should work in a moment. There we go, the bomb has been solved. Okay, the timer. For 0.2 power at the counter, it will decrease one digit and allow electricity pass if it hits 0, like so. And no power will disable the component. And if the electricity continuously supplying to the timer, then it will decrease very quickly. Okay, so let's see. So what are we gonna do? First, we need to satisfy the A gate. Okay, 60, so we're gonna put electricity into it. See, you can see it's decreasing very fast. Okay, let's do it one more time. Alright, so you have electricity to gate A. So about gate B, you're gonna need, you have to keep this thing always charged. So I'm going to put some electricity into this capacitor as well, and this one to satisfy the AND gate. Alright. Okay, what do we have here? The first thing we want to do is to make sure this capacitor is always on, because if it's off, then the bomb will explode. So you're gonna keep in mind. Okay, we have a SAW gate here. We're gonna cut this line, and the B input will be satisfied. So about the A inputs, you're going to need this thing to activate, and if that thing activates, you need to stop this from flowing into it. So I'm gonna turn this thing off, and there we go, it just stops. Okay, there's no more electricity coming out, and the game's freeze, so that's okay. Okay, what do we have here? 2-in 1-out switch. You can choose which inputs is allowed to pass through. So if you choose the upper or the downward side to produce electricity on the other side. Okay, so what do we have here? The first thing we want to do is to prevent this thing from any of these gate inputs to stop sending electricity, because it will activate these things. And the second thing, we notice that there's no B diffuse pin, so we have to take a look at the power options. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is to cut this thing, so there's no power here, and I need to stop the power by doing this. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So to make sure this one ends first, we have 6, so we need to change this thing on. Okay, we have to turn on these two capacitors. So we have 10, and we have 8. So if we turn this thing off, let's see which one will end first. Well, yes, we did it. Okay, the next one. As you can see right here, this AND gate. So basically, whatever we do, just do not turn on this AND gate at the same time. So let's try with this one. Okay. So there's a saw right here. So we're gonna do, if we want the ace diffuse pin to be satisfied, we need to stop either of this input. I'm going to stop this thing. Okay, so we have the A, so we're gonna do the same with B. We're gonna turn this on. Okay, so we satisfy one of the port, and this thing will satisfy the other port. So we're gonna turn it off before you want to turn the other ones on, like this. Okay, bomb has been diffused. Okay, let's take a look at this. So we have an OR gate right here. So we don't want anything, we don't want this thing to activate, because if it activates, then the AND will be satisfied. But we also want it to activate. We also want to press this button because it connects directly into the A gate. So what we're gonna do, we need to stop this thing. So if I cut this wire, then there will be no electricity flow in here. And oh my god, what have I just done? And it's just gonna explode. So what we're gonna do is we need to turn this thing off at the same time, but we cannot, cut these two at the same time. So we need another form of electricity. So luckily we have these things. So after we turn on that things, we're gonna cut this two wire. There we go. So if I turn this off, then two of these things will off the same time, so there will be no electricity output. Also, I want this thing to be off to, reactivate the SAW gate. And now just press this thing. The bomb has been neutralized. Oh, there's a loss of capacitors here, so we might want to take a look at it. So as we can see, there's no way to defuse the bomb with the power gate. So let's take a look at the diffuse gate. Okay, as we can see here, one of it is already satisfied, so we need to keep the other one from being turned off. So it needs to be satisfied all the times, as well as this SAW gate. But this SAW gate is the diffuse pin, so we want it to to stop electricity flow into this thing, but not into these things. Okay, into this SAW gate. Okay, let's take a look. So we have to satisfy this gate first. So let's see, this is the constant energy, so we want it to have the least amount of energy received. So we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay, 9, and plus this one, so I'm going to do this. Okay, this is the 1 2 3 4 5. Yes, this is the shortest path that we can have for this one. So let's see the other one. We want this one to be the longest. So let's see, 1 2 3 4 5 5 10 15. Okay, 15. This is 8 and 3 and 3. Okay, so we can turn this thing down and cut this. So the trick here is to stop, to make this thing, to make this one turn off first. See, we already turned it off, and this thing still, 5 more power. Yeah, we still have 5 more seconds. Okay, what do we have here? We have a SAW gate, and what do we want? We want this thing to both satisfy or not satisfy at the same time. So there's no reason to put this thing here. I'm gonna turn this one down just to make sure there's nothing happens that we didn't expect. we need to keep this one because it's connected to an AND gate. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is to turn on these things. I'm gonna turn this thing on. Okay, that was easy. Okay, so whatever we do, do not turn on, yeah, two of this switch. So we have only two switch left to play with. Let's both turn it on because there's nothing we lose. Okay, so we're going to see, I want this thing to be on, but I don't want this thing, I don't want to satisfy the AND gate, so I need to turn this thing off. There we go. This is so easy. And this is for capacitors. Thank you for watching.